Episode 229.
Before Han Li could think of a countermeasure, a sharp tearing sound rang out as the mantis unfurled its pair of several-foot-long gray wings.
Then a buzzing sound rose as the beast beat its wings into a blur, lifting itself lightly off the ground. Han Li watched this and silently cursed his luck.
How could I forget? This mantis is an insect. Of course it can fly. If that's the case, wouldn't this beast's speed become even more terrifying?
For the first time, Han Li felt a flicker of doubt in his own speed. Even so, he hurriedly cast various auxiliary spells like light body technique on himself, and with a slap to his storage pouch, over a dozen beams of gold, black, and red light shot out all at once.
Han Li struck first, seizing the initiative. But the mantis demon beast didn't even wait for Han Li to launch his magic tool attack. With a flicker of black shadow, it vanished from its spot without a trace. But the next moment, it appeared directly above him, bringing its blade down in a vicious arc aimed at Han Li's head, a strike meant to cleave him in two.
Han Li, however, remained utterly composed. With a flicker of his shoulders, a trail of afterimages appeared, and he vanished from the spot as well.
But the dozen or so gold axes, violet wood blades, and black dragon snares circling at his side swarmed the demon beast all at once, as if intent on hacking it to pieces.
A rapid series of clangs rang out as the giant mantis swung its two tang swords at an invisible speed, forming a massive defensive net. The moment the magic tools made contact, 3 golden blades and a fire fork were instantly sliced into pieces, scattering as specks of light that fell from the sky.
Seeing this, Han Li, who had seized the chance to rush aboard the wind spirit boat, was absolutely furious. He hurriedly recalled the remaining magic tools, but the giant mantis was not about to let things go. It crossed and rubbed its forelimbs together, then shot forward in a sudden burst, transforming into a black streak that gave chase in an instant, catching up to those magic tools.
Then, without the slightest hesitation, it hacked away again, and in an instant, 2 more golden blades were severed, clattering down into the dust. Han Li's heart felt as though it were bleeding.
This golden talisman mother-child blade set may not be top tier among magic tools, but it's rare to have a full set like this. I've always found it incredibly handy. After all these years with me, I've grown rather attached to it. I didn't expect that today 8 or 9 out of 10 would be destroyed. Still, at least the pair of black dragon rings came through unscathed, so not everything was lost. A small mercy, I suppose.
Han Li stared at the mantis demon beast, which still had its eyes fixed on him and could no longer hold onto a shred of clarity.
If I can't find a better way to deal with it, I might not just lose the remaining magic tools. I could lose my life too.
With that thought, Han Li channeled a torrent of spiritual power through his feet, and the wind chaser boat shuddered lightly before transforming into a streak of white light that shot into the sky. Han Li simply didn't believe that any demon beast could keep up with the wind spirit boat's speed.
Yet, after barely a moment of soaring through the high sky, Han Li was forced to reconsider. He had to admit he truly was a frog at the bottom of a well. Now he sprinted ahead, glancing back repeatedly as he hurled fireballs to slow the mantis beast that was hot on his heels.
This is seriously messed up. Not only is this beast ferocious in its attacks, its flight speed is unbelievably fast. Even my divine wind boat is a hair slower in comparison. I am now absolutely certain that this beast is far more dangerous than the white spider we encountered in the underground cavern that day. This giant mantis isn't just a top-tier grade 4 beast. It might even be a legendary grade 5. That's a monster that could practically run rampant in the early core formation stage.
The mere thought sent a fresh wave of cold sweat down Han Li's back. He hurled fireball after fireball with desperate abandon. Though each fireball he launched was easily cleaved in two by the beast, it at least slowed its advance, buying the wind spirit boat a few precious moments.
If I keep this up, it's only a matter of time before he catches me. I can't stay locked in this stalemate. I need to use my clone and check the storage pouch for any magic tool I can use right now.
Then, Han Li's spiritual sense found something incredibly soft, sparking a flash of insight. He knew exactly what to do.
Han Li glanced down at the terrain below, then stomped hard on the wind spirit boat, riding the air current as he dove straight into the dense forest below.
At the same time, he fumbled out 7 or 8 ordinary magic tools and 4 or 5 puppet soldiers from his storage pouch. Then, without a second thought, he unleashed them all at once. Several blinding beams of light shot straight toward the demon beast behind him.
This frantic barrage did force the giant mantis to parry for a moment, but it quickly hacked the magic tools and puppets to pieces. But when he tried to seek out Han Li again, he found that the man had vanished without a trace into that sea of trees. The beast's eyes flickered with a green light as it slowly descended, then began circling over the nearby treetops, as if determined to find Han Li again. Behind a large tree in the forest below, Han Li watched the enormous mantis circling overhead, a hint of tension flickering in his gaze. At this moment, he wore a Taoist robe-like light gauze that completely sealed off every trace of his aura.
This concealing spirit shirt was a trophy I took from Xuan Lei during the battle for the White Ji Pearl. Not only does it block the fluctuations of spiritual qi, it also masks the scent of one's body completely. Now I have no choice but to use this magic tool. I can only hope this beast isn't too smart, that after searching for a while and not finding me, it'll just leave on its own. Just in case, I also prepared a solidified blood spirit drill. It's terrifyingly fast and packs a massive punch, but after seeing that giant mantis's speed, I honestly don't have the confidence to kill it with this thing, so I'm just keeping it as a backup.
Under Han Li's breath-held gaze, the giant mantis, after circling the area several times, suddenly shot straight toward his hiding spot. Han Li's face turned ashen. He gripped the blood spirit diamond tightly, channeling his spiritual power into it until it began to grow warm.
Han Li watched the approaching beast with a blank expression, deciding to wait until it was closer before unleashing his magic tool. Only then would his chances of wounding or killing it be greater.
Of course, this would also double the danger, but Han Li had no choice but to ignore that now.
50 jang, 40 jang, 30 jang. Han Li's heart pounded like a drum. He couldn't help but take a deep breath, ready to flick his wrist and unleash the blood spirit drill.
But then, something that left Han Li utterly dumbfounded occurred. The mantis demon beast, when it was 20 zhang above his head, suddenly banked and changed direction, veering off toward a different spot not far from him. After 1 or 2 miserable roars, the giant mantis rose from the forest again, clutching a massive wild boar in its forelimbs, and flew off without hesitation the way it had come. Only after the beast's silhouette faded from sight did Han Li let out a long breath and collapse onto the ground, abandoning all pretense of a cultivator's composure.
That was a close call. If I hadn't planned to attack at close range, I'd have ended up as that beast's dinner, just like that boar. Escaping unscathed this time was truly a stroke of luck.
Han Li breathed a quiet sigh of relief, thinking for the first time that his luck really wasn't so bad after all.
Steadying himself, Han Li's thoughts turned to the one who had caused all this, that Yuling sect cultivator who had taken over his soul and body.
Han Li was now burning with rage.
Clearly, the letter being in the cave was nothing but a trap he set. No matter how cautious I was, I couldn't match his cunning. He played me with half-truths and nearly cost me my life. Good. Very good. Since I'm still alive, you're the one who's in for a surprise.
In Han Li's mind, there was no way that Soul Driver could break free from 3 sealing talismans with his cultivation. As long as he went back, he could easily take the man's life.
Feeling his stamina and magic power fully restored, Han Li immediately took to the air, flying back the way he came. But this time, he didn't dare fly boldly at high altitude. Instead, he kept low, skimming just a dozen jang above the ground, wary of drawing the beast's attention again. On the flight back, the cool night air had doused most of Han Li's blazing fury, clearing his head considerably. Only then did he begin to re-examine the entire process of his encounter with the Soul Driver.
For a place less than 100 li from Jiayuan City to have such a powerful insect-type demon beast, it couldn't possibly be wild. That cultivator is from the Jade Spirit sect, so that giant mantis is almost certainly a tamed spirit beast. A spirit beast this terrifying. It's hard to imagine a Foundation establishment cultivator could tame it. In my view, just one of these mantis beasts could take on 3 or 4 late-stage Foundation establishment cultivators. It's truly absurdly powerful. Could it be that this cultivator's original identity wasn't just Foundation establishment, but core formation?
Han Li was immediately startled by his own conjecture. As he neared the original hilltop, he couldn't help but halt, hovering in midair, lost in thought.
How could a core formation cultivator end up in such a miserable state? His body destroyed, his origin soul forced out. Even if he ran into another core formation cultivator, even if he couldn't win, he should still be able to escape, right? Unless I ran into one of those nascent soul old monsters from Yue. But the 7 sects' nascent soul cultivators have long since withdrawn from worldly affairs. I think 2 or 3 of them aren't even in Yue anymore. In this clash between the Devil Dao and the 7 sects, I haven't heard of any nascent soul cultivators getting involved either.
Han Li couldn't help but feel a bit dissatisfied with how these nascent soul cultivators sat back and watched the lower-level disciples fight, observing coldly from the sidelines. He'd grumbled about it more than once. What exactly were these high-level cultivators even playing at?
Could it really be that coincidental? This core formation cultivator just happened to run into one of those nascent soul old monsters? If this fellow really is a core formation cultivator, then it would make perfect sense that he knows so many secrets about the demonic invasion and possesses such a powerful spirit beast as that mantis monster.
After weighing it over, Han Li had to admit the odds that this Soul Driver was a core formation cultivator were as high as 60 or 70%. This made him break out in a cold sweat, a strange expression flickering across his face. He felt both fear and a flicker of excitement.
Could he be playing the fool, deliberately pretending to be this weak just to toy with me? No, that can't be right. For one thing, there's no doubt he only possessed Ku Hun's body a few years ago. So all that unfathomable cultivation he'd built up would just go to waste, just like he said earlier. And I can tell at a glance that he can't control that mantis spirit beast either. If he could, why wouldn't he keep such a powerful bodyguard close at hand? He must have had no choice but to trick me into going to that cave, hoping the Shinkok Jutanlan would kill me.